Hello everyone, here I am again, alive and kicking. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and to smash the notification bell for new videos. I am Teresa and this is the woman from the jungle versus the narcissist. Narcissist has no face. Versus the narcissist. And welcome to my jungle. Look, I have here my money tree because we're going to talk about money. I have my lemon tree because if you can multiply plants, you can multiply money. Money we make, car we buy, man we find. In the supermarket, in the bar, in the dating site, everywhere. So, welcome to my jungle. And my English is also from the jungle. I learned this English in the Amazonia with the apes because I never went to school. Sorry. So, you have to please make a little bit effort to understand me. And please try to understand why I'm here also in the YouTube. I am here in the YouTube because YouTube is really beautiful, very nice. I come here, I talk about my, it's not a problem, it's an experience. I don't have a problem. There is no problem, there is only solution. If you are engaged with a narcissist and he gives you problem, God has a solution for you. So there is no problem, there are no problem, there are only solution. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's start another day from this beautiful channel, this beautiful jungle. And today, we're going to give an update. When the narcissist left me, the narcissist was very jealous of me because I am younger than him 10 years. He had to retire to die. He have to retire because when you retire, you are ready to die. I am not ready to retire yet. It will take really long for me to retire. Not yet, I don't see when I'm going to retire. Not because I don't have money. No. Because I don't need to retire yet. And when I'm retire from working, I will start only making videos and go into my jungle. And I'm going to give you an update about myself. I go to the jungle 2 months. Yes, I'm going for the winter. 2 months to my jungle. And I will spend at least 2 weeks, probably 1 month, inside the jungle. With one best friend. It's my sister. The best friend I have. And then I will go into my jungle to talk to my apes, to talk to the crocodiles, and to live there without stress because I'm, like I say always in my videos, I was in the jungle until my 9s when I went to school. I went to school, I was 9, no? Because we were always in the jungle. In the jungle there was a school, maybe it was functional 1 month and later on that woman was getting engaged with the guy from the village and the fun was over. So I came to the city. When I went really to school, I was 9 years old. And I didn't stay that long because they say, okay, Teresa, can you do the third year? And I say, I was 9, and I say, yes, why not? But I could read and I could write all because my mom was there and she have taught me this type of this thing. So I came to school. I stayed 3 months in the school. Then I have to leave again the school to a much higher level of school. So I went to Belém. Did I went with my family? No, but this is another chapter. Did I stay longer at that school? No, I don't. I stayed 2 years. Later on, my mother came to pick me up from the city back to the jungle again. So I go to the jungle for 2 months. Beautiful people. When I was with the narcissist never wants me to get really engaged because this is a type of alienation with my country, with my family, or to teach the children things from my from my jungle, no? I taught the children to climb the tree. If my children are today in the jungle and they need to eat acai berry, and they can climb the tree and to go to pick up the food. The narcissist is a very exploitative person, because when the narcissist met me, when he was always come after me, because you look at me, I'm a very free person. I have a very free mind. Very free mind. My mind is like the entire planet. I'm a very free mind. So he came to me and I told him my life, you know, like, look, I never have been that much to school, or I never, I was always in the jungle. But then I told him how I have made my company and that I was always busy with company. I will tell you one thing about money. I will never forget. When I was 6 years old, or maybe I was 6 or I was 7, so we were always in the jungle. Sometimes we were in a very small city that was there close to our jungle. It's also in the jungle, Brevis. So we were coming to the city to stay for a couple of months, maybe in that city. So we came there and I saw everybody will make money. My father was making money, my mother was making money, children, all my brothers and sisters will make money. And I say, my goodness, I also need money. I like to make money as well. But I was only 6 years old. Probably I was 7, like a Rockefeller. I was 7. So one morning I wake up. So I love to go always to the market, even when I was a child. And there were no cars, not really many things to threaten our life in that small city. I was going to the market to run after one car that was in the city with the boys. I really loved that. Then I came, there was a woman and she was selling in a corner of the street. She was selling a typical soup from the north of Brazil, tacacá. And then I went to this woman and I saw there was a boy, a girl, somebody went to sell something to that woman. And that woman bought it, paid, you know, for that precious vegetable, because that vegetable was in the backyard of the house. It was not in the street, but in the backyard of the house. I went and I saw. And I said to her, I went to her and I said, look, I saw you are buying this from this person. And I tell you, I have really the best you can have. I don't know if I could find something so good like the boy of the girl have been selling to that woman, but I went the next day and I say my first sale. So I went to the backyard of my of the neighborhood. So I pick up all that vegetable from the neighborhood. It was in there. It's the mud, but the mud in the Amazon, it is like sterile, you know. It's sterile. Yeah, it's very very clean. It's mud, but it's clean. So I went there and I picked up a lot, but not much, because she was paying only one at that time, one cruzeiro, you know. So I went with my bunch of jambu, that's the name of that vegetable. So I went with my bunch of jambu and I got my first cruzeiro. God, man, I was happy, but I haven't said that to no one. No? One day, after 2 days, after 1 or 2 weeks, I had quite a lot of money for a girl of 7 years old. No, I had that money. And what I did I kept all that money only for myself? Oh, my money! No, I kept that money on the ceiling. And when I had a lot of money, my opinion, it was a lot, so I went to the bakery and I bought everything in bread. Not one bread for myself. No, I bought bread for the entire family to bring to the jungle. No? And no, look, I was invisible, because my mother she never asked me where you was or what happened to you. And then I came with that bread. We went to the jungle. I had a problem with gluten, but I didn't know. So we went to the jungle with one 6 kilo a bag of bread, but of course there were not 6 kilo of bread, but it was in a bag of 60 kilo sugar. They banged up. I brought that beautiful bag with breads and we went to the jungle to eat that bread. You see, 7 years old. 7 years old I was when I made my first money. And from that moment on, I never have poverty in my life, guys. I had a small supermarket. I have had like a bordel for where you have to buy drinks and sell drinks, and where there are women say, but I have had that. I have had restaurant. I have had supermarket. I have selling on the street. I have sold chocolate in the street. I have sold mango on the street. I have had a import and export company from goods from Europe to Brazil. And I have my company. Now, do you think I will have a problem to survive or to have money before the narcissist? Of course not, boys and girls. Look, money we make. Look, money we make. It grows in a it grows in a tree. But I tell you one thing, I don't have difficulty in making money. If I have to work hard, I will work hard. If I have to, I don't know, I'm very creative. People have to be very creative, but they don't have. There is one thing that you never have to underestimate is your ability of making money, of your ability, because you are a human being. All the human beings have been coming to this planet. They have nothing. They were empty. They only had the planet. And they survived. We are here because of our ancestor. See, the narcissist left me without money because I'm young. He knows I can find a man. He knows everything. But sorry, he was jealous on me. And he gave me always the idea that we were like a team. I was doing the garden. He was never paying for somebody to do the garden. I was ironing his clothes. He never paid for somebody to buy his clothes. I was making fresh food every day. He never paid for somebody to come to cook for him. He never cooked for us. We will bring for him, we will make for him every day fresh breakfast in the morning, fresh orange juice with grapefruit, with lime and all these type of things, just to keep the narcissist healthy. 22 years long, I have made only fresh food because he refused to eat food from the other day, except when it was lentils. So I have been working, my children have been work for him, and we were helping him always with his toy, and we were the slave of his toy, and everything you can imagine, anything. He never likes to pay a special vacation for us, he never likes to pay us good, he never likes to give us like nice present. We were always begging, really begging. And I tell you one thing, it is a strategy of the narcissist to alienate everybody from work. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I could say that the narcissist only have been trying to alienate me from money and from work. But it's not true. A narcissist, he will alienate everybody because he wants everybody to depend on him. You see? The children and me. And he was always put things in the mind of the children like, if you are not a grade, you're going to work for the Chinese. My children, all of them, they are A grade. And they still have been work for the Chinese because he didn't want to give money to the children. And the children will work for 2 euros or 3.5 euros. And he was receiving from his vampire organization 600 euros for every children. And he never gave that money to the children. He never ever gave that money to me. And for me, he was also receiving money. And all that money he was receiving for the vampire organization, he was feeding the house. And with that money, he was 600 for every children. And I was paying the garden, I was paying the food, I was paying everything for the house, and very little clothes for ourselves. And then, every now and then, he was telling us, oh, you have to save money because you only like to buy and throw away, to buy and throw away. Sorry, one shirt, one hemd from him is 400, 300 euro. One hemd from the children is 20 euro. So when it was worn out, of course, I will throw it away because that's why we are alive and we can work. I will not worn, and I have been wearing a lot of worn out clothes because he was always complaining and never like to pay for anything. He was complaining for everybody, from doctors, people who work in the garden, people who work in the house. He was always a crybaby and a victim because he always was playing that, oh, I have been working very hard. I never had the money when I was a young boy. I have only to suck my finger when I see everybody was having money, and I have only to eat the seeds. And I didn't have electricity, I didn't have the school, I have to go for water sometimes. Even being in the jungle when it was low water, we have to walk a lot for water. But I was never complaining in front of my children, never complaining to no one that I have been never going to school, that I have never have electricity, that I have to walk 2 kilometers sometimes for water, that I have been started to work when I was a child. Never! I am never play a victim. But the narcissist, they always are playing a victim. Oh, my mother have been very hard to me. I have to be only study all my life. And I say, sorry, you never asked me. Probably I would have been also like only to have to study because I was very good to study. But I could not finish my school because I was from one place to the other with my father. And I have been victim of a narcissism also in my family when I was a teenager. And that's why I run away. There will be no narcissist who will put their hands on me. No one. Because I gave a lesson already to narcissist. I'm still giving a lesson. But the problem with my narcissist is that he was fake because he was the whole day somewhere. He probably was also in his work because that's why he was for his company. He probably was very good, but he was very good because we were in the back, feeding him, giving him sex, giving him food, work for him in his garden, work for him in his house. Because sorry, boys and girls, sex costs money, to clean a house costs money, to make food costs money, to clean your garden costs money, to raise children without cost money. And he was saying, oh, but I am not obliged to give anything to my children, to give good present. The only thing I have to give to my children is education. Sorry, if you educate your children like the narcissist did, you can count your children will be narcissist like them. Because in this country here, in the Netherlands, the schools are free. We paid for every child 90 euros per year. So everybody can pay school in Holland. So he was not paying for the school for the children. So when he said, yeah, I only give rich education. When we were on the table, he was telling the boy, you have to do more and with variety. How can you tell this to the boy? Huh? Tell to the boy that he have to do a lot and with variety. Is that the education the boy that he can give to his boy? And to the girl, I was telling him, do you want somebody like you for your child? A narcissist like you, a dictator like you for your child, for your beautiful girl? And then you know what he said to me? He said, that is her problem, what she chooses for herself. How can you educate a child, a beautiful child like that, even when that child is ugly? But you cannot do that. You cannot educate people. And the children were always crying. And one moment he was saying, yes, I will do that for you. And the next moment he said, no, I have never said that. My next video to you will be, I cannot promise will be the next, but I have to do this make campaign, I have to do gaslight, I have to do ghosting, a lot of things. Look at this. I have a lot now, you see. This will belong to the gaslight, you see, like the quantity of pen that I have. Like this, I have at least 4 trophies like this full of pen, because he was hiding all my pens, because he knew that I never went to school and that I love to write, because in my mind I can write good. I am a good writer. And I'm telling you, boys and girls, if you are dealing with a narcissist, he will hide your things, he will steal your things, he will not pay for your house, he will not pay for your children. And when he is paying for one of the children, it's because he is buying the child for him. You have to pay good attention and do not allow the narcissist, do not allow your children to stick too long with the narcissist, because the narcissist only give very bad example to the children. Have I made it too long video? Have I not talked about all this thing? And then the narcissist, of course, he was, we have just made sex, because with the narcissist you don't make love, you make sex. And he was coming downstairs and he was saying, you are like a princess, you don't like to work, you don't like to do anything. How can you say that to your wife, to your children? We were working in the kitchen for him, making his breakfast. And he was saying that we are only like to be like a princess, we only like to buy and throw it away. We have been saving money for the narcissist for more than 20 years long, and through that saving he could buy his toy, and now he can be happy with his money and with his toy, because we are happy without him. And money we make, man we find, car we buy, because I have a new car. But our sanity, boys and girls, we don't buy in the grocery store. And you are not here always to call the psychologist. That's why my video for today. If you like this video, please subscribe, share this video, like my channel, and until my next video to you. I am Teresa, and this is the woman from the jungle.